Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Naimah Barudin. On behalf of my team, Habibah Yusuf, Mazdi Muhammad Noor, Adibah Muhammad Noor, and Naimah Elaisa Purina Muhammad Syafi'i. We are from Department of Physics, Center for Foundation Studies, IIUM Gambang. Our model that to be shared today is Islamic flashcard crafting model. This model is an adaptation and meant to develop flashcards for our physics subject by integrating Islamic values and principles. What we have here is our physics textbook, and this is the end product of our flashcards itself. So the textbook is used as our reference, and from this textbook, we identify contents that are related to physics and Islamic principles, and we try to combine them together into a flashcards. So in our presentation today, it will be an introduction to the model itself, our methods of developing the flashcards, and finally the conclusions. Now let's have a look at the IFC model itself. Number one is an adaptation from Agile Development Methodology. This methodology is a fixed process, which involves plan, design, develop, test, deploy, review, which is a continuous process. Then only it will be launched. The IFC model as well is an integration of Islamic values plus phase development approach, and finally making it an impact in the educational section. Our objective overall, there are three altogether. One, enhancing conceptual understanding of the student in terms of the physics and Islamic principles, facilitating holistic education, and finally promoting their critical thinking. Why is it that it's important to integrate Islamic values in education? There are three main reasons. Number one, should enhance their learning outcome. In what means? Because it's going to engage them, allow them to engage deeply with the material, and they can see the relevance of their studies to their faith and daily life. Number two, it's going to be a holistic development for the students. Why? Because not only it promotes intellectual growth, but as well as moral and ethical awareness, which is going to be essential for responsible citizen. And finally, cultural relevance and identity. In this case, it helps them to connect the learning to their cultural and religious identity, and therefore enhance their sense of belonging and purpose within the academic environment. There are 7 core processes involving the methodology. The first one, identifications of key Islamic element. Tawhidic principle, zikir, remembrance, fiqh, reflection, and shukr, gratitudes. Second, historical contribution made by the Muslim scholars to physics itself. Asma'ul Husna, the 90 names of Allah. And finally, Quranic verse or hadiths, relevance Quranic verses and hadiths. Second process is correlates with physics themes. Altogether are mechanic, optics, dynamic, statics, thermal, wave, and modern physics. The third core process is content development process. Once the correlation were established, the next step is to develop content for this card. This involves creating concise and informative cards that presented both physics concept and related Islamic content. It should be designed to be engaging and easily understandable for the student. The fourth core process is design and layout consideration. Now, they should be visually appealing and clarity. So in this case, the chosen image will be very important. Second, front sight. The front sight itself, most of the time, involve placing a suitable visual together with question that's gonna lead them to critical thinking. While the back side would be print out together with physics principles, such as formula, such as concept, such as facts, and related to key Islamic elements. And it is made with user-friendly format, and in this case, involve the size of the cards itself. The fifth one is the pilot testing and the feedback. The flashcard is pilot tested with a small group of physics students. This allows for feedback on the clarity, relevance, and effectiveness of the content. Any necessary adjustment can be made based on this feedback. The sixth process is implementation. The flashcard is now embedded into physics course to encourage the active learning for the student, and as well assessment of the learning impact, whereby they will be given opportunity to use the flashcard as a learning and supplement tool. The seventh process is evaluation, the last process. The last process required evaluations of the effectiveness of the flashcard itself through questionnaire given to the students. This questionnaire aimed to assess retention and recall improvement, retaining both physics and Islamic concepts itself, and as well interdisciplinary learning outcomes. These are some of the recorded activity during the program itself. These are some of the questionnaire given to the student for the before the activity, which is called pre-activity, and after the activity, handling the flashcard itself. So you should notice that overall percentage of agreement is 96%, as compared to before, which only involved a range from 28 to 71%. And after the activity, it's spiked to almost 99%. This shows that the flashcards is an effective pedagogical tool, and the IFC model aims earlier to enhance student understanding of physics while at the same time deepening their appreciation of Islamic teaching. Alhamdulillah, reach its objective. With that, I end my presentation. Thank you.